The Align tool. The Align tool allows us to align the current object with the target object. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to select an object. With an object select, I'm going to go up to the Tools, pull down, and I'm going to go to Align and Align. It's going to ask me to pick the Align Target Object. Pick the Align Target Object. So I'm going to come here and notice my cursor switched, and I got a little different icon on my cursor. So I'm going to pick on this object. It comes up and it says the selected object is sphere 2. And so what I want to do is the current object is picked by the center of the object and the target is by the center. This is what I usually recommend, center to center. We can go pivot point to pivot point, or the minimum size of the object to the minimum size of the other object, maximum size. That's the max, like in here it's the maximum size, it's total build envelope. And so how do we want to align these? So I'm going to say, all right, I want to align it in the X. I click on the X and it moves in alignment from center to center, and it's aligned in the X direction. So that means that from left to right over here is the same as over here. So it's lined up essentially along the Y. And if I uncheck that, it goes back to where it was. Now let's try it in the Y, and I say in the Y direction I lined it up the Y position, so I lined it up along on either side of the X, if you will. So and it's already lined up in the Z pretty much anyway, so I can change that. It doesn't do much if I change that right now. Now I can line up the both. That means it puts it right on top. I come down here, I can align the orientation by the local coordinates of one or the other. And I can also match the scale. Now, if I'm matching the scale of the objects, the two objects will be the same size, but this will only work if the objects have been scaled once before. So I can say, okay. So in other words, then I would have to select something, right? And I would have to use the scale command, right click, and use the scale command and change the scale previously. If I change the scale, then I'm able to use that option of the align command. So the align command is a tool that allows us to align the current object with a target object.